Okay, so we're all seeing it, right? AI that can whip up incredible art, write music, or spit out an essay in just a few seconds. It's an absolutely mind-blowing leap forward, but wow, has it opened a massive can of worms. It's forcing us to ask some really fundamental questions.
And that really gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? When a machine makes something amazing, who gets the credit? And when it makes a mistake or something harmful, who gets the blame? This one question pulls us into this super complex web of law, ethics, and trust.
All right, so let's dive in. The first huge piece of this puzzle, ownership. See, all our laws were built for human creators, and they are seriously struggling to keep up with what AI can do.
For centuries, we've had copyright. It's built on a pretty simple idea. The creator, the person who originates the work, gets the rights. But with AI, suddenly figuring out who that originator is, it's gotten incredibly tricky.
Think about it. A human creator has a vision and intent. The authorship is crystal clear. But in AI, as researcher Zhengchuan Ai points out, it has no independent intent. It's just an algorithm following instructions. So, who's the author? Is it the user who typed in the prompt, the developers who built the AI itself? All of a sudden, the very idea of a creator is just gone. It's completely ambiguous. And look, this isn't just us scratching our heads. The experts are in a massive debate about this. As the scholar Yiheng Lu puts it, they're arguing over de facto authorship, basically who the creator is in practice, and whether an AI's work can even be called original in the eyes of the law, which usually means unique human creativity. So what you get is this explosion of legal fights. We're seeing huge court cases over who the author is, what actually counts as original. And this is a big one that researchers like Ye and Kanaya and Santoso are digging into, whether it's even legal to train these models on mountains of copyrighted data in the first place. The old rules just don't fit, because they're all built around human intent, a concept AI just completely breaks. But here's the thing. This goes way beyond courtrooms and lawyers. When you can't pin down who's responsible for what an AI creates, you walk straight into an ethical minefield. And we're seeing it already. Researchers have shown these models can amplify biases, spread total misinformation through what they call hallucinations, where the AI just confidently makes stuff up, and seriously misuse our data. The result isn't just a wrong answer, it's the erosion of public trust and the reinforcement of a really harmful social stereotype. So you gotta ask, where is all this bias even coming from? Well, a lot of the time, as Alice Young points out, it starts with the data. AIs are often trained on these gigantic, messy data sets just scraped off the internet. And that can lead to representational harms, which is a way of saying the AI learns to misrepresent or even smear certain groups of people. And let's be really clear here. This isn't some abstract theoretical problem. We're talking about a direct, negative, and disproportionate impact on real people, on vulnerable communities. It's a technical problem that quickly becomes a human rights problem. And you can see it right here. Research from Nawafer in 2021 shows exactly who gets hit the hardest. Groups like visible minorities, women, and indigenous communities. When an AI is making decisions about things like hiring or bank loans, these biases can have absolutely devastating real-world consequences. Okay, so this all leads us to the real core of the issue. The reason ownership is such a puzzle and the ethics are a total minefield is pretty simple, actually. For the most part, we have no idea how these systems actually work. We're dealing with a black box. And when you're faced with that kind of mystery, there's really only one thing to ask for. Researchers, ethicists, the public, they're all making one core demand above all others: transparency. We need to be able to look under the hood. And this isn't just some vague wish. Experts like you, Banala, and Diab have laid out a really clear roadmap. Step 1, reveal the training data. What did the AI actually learn from? Step 2, publish your testing metrics. How do we know it's reliable and not biased? And step 3, provide clear explanations for its decisions. Make it make sense. But there's a massive wall standing in the way of all this. As Goodlad and Stone pointed out, a lot of these powerful AI models are wrapped up in corporate secrecy. Companies guard their methods like trade secrets, which makes any kind of independent oversight or accountability almost impossible. And that, of course, just makes the public trust them even less. So, where do we go from here? How can we possibly build trust in these incredibly powerful new tools? Well, it turns out you have to weave all these different threads together. Ownership, ethics, and transparency.
They are not separate issues. Think of them like a three-legged stool. You can't solve the ownership puzzle without clear ethical rules. And you can't enforce those rules if you don't have the transparency to see what's going on. You try to fix one without the others, and the whole thing just collapses. They have to be tackled together.
Which leaves us with one final, and maybe the most important question of all. We have successfully built machines that can create. The challenge now isn't technical anymore. It's human. Can we build the legal frameworks, the ethical principles, and the collective wisdom to actually manage them responsibly? That is the real test. Thanks for joining this explainer.